So basically, the pullover macro is, pullover. This is basically, let's just say you were conducting a traffic stop, okay, and you will pull the person over. You would throw up this, and then you would proceed with the action, okay. Um, so basically, it would be like pull over. This is the West Coast Police, one state police department. Pull your vehicle, go over and turn your engine off. Turn on your hazards and keep the handle on the wheel because some people like to pull off, especially you trying to pull them over. They're like, "What? Pull over for?" That's that macro.
Gotcha.
And the taser macro is basically it's an action that okay, so taser. Basically, when you see someone like making like being a disturbance, um, in the metro, this is a chill zone. They continue. You throw this macro up just before you. So when you don't tase anybody, use any type of force until you throw up a macro. That's how I was learned. So you macro, then action. So taser, you would throw that up, and then you would show the action that you're doing. Okay, which is tasering that suspect. Okay.
Okay.
And then the taser, break window, and taser civilian that pulls them out of the vehicle. Basically, if they don't get out of the car, they don't follow your command, you would throw this macro up to let them know and let everybody else know on your team that you're gonna perform this action. So you're gonna tase them out of the vehicle. Okay. After you didn't ask them, they didn't answer, they didn't respond. That's when you would throw that macro and then you proceed to perform that action. Okay.
Okay.
And the shoots at armed suspects' vehicle to protect civilians, fellow officers, and yourself. This macro will be thrown. Let's just say, every reaction comes with an action. So if they're firing back at you, like let's just say they fire first, you would throw this macro and you would shoot back. Okay. Um, that's I believe self-explanatory. Is there any way that you want me to break that down, or you definitely understand that?
No, I'm good. I understand that one.
Okay, okay. Hello, my name is Captain Lioness James. I'm a West Coast police officer, badge number 156. So, once again, if you're performing a traffic stop, even if, you see someone out in the street and they're not doing right, you walk up to them, you present yourself in a manner, and this is what macro you would throw to let them know who you are and your badge number. Okay.
Okay.
In role play action. That's if they want to role play with you. If they don't want to role play, you don't have to throw it up. But and just kind of but yes, always when you role play and do a traffic stop, make sure you present yourself in a professional manner. This is the macro that you would throw. Once you get a badge number, I want you'll be able to edit that macro and add your badge number in it, okay?
Okay.
And this is a good one. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you can and do and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. Do you understand your rights? As you know, this macro is being thrown once you throw your other proper macros about tasing the suspect, going through the traffic stop. Let's just say they have violations or an open warrant. You would actually put that in chat, floppy chat, to let them know. You would do the 1029 ID check, but we'll get there, okay? If it comes back clean, you can let them go with a citation. If it doesn't, then you know what you need to do. Now, when you arrest him, This is the macro that you would throw. Okay. And let them know, say, do you understand your rights? They say yes, boom. And then you will put them in handcuffs, see to put the violations on them, and do the pat down for male or female, and proceed to put them into your police car and en route to PD. Okay, with the suspect in your vehicle. That's the method that you're gonna throw. That is your Miranda rights. If you don't read them your Miranda rights, basically you just lock them up for free because they're gonna get out. Okay, and we can also get in trouble for that as well.
Copy that one.
I had to learn that one the hard way, but it's okay. I, I'm human, so everybody's human at the end of the day. It's just when you're in the line of action and you actually doing it, it's it to me it happens really fast. But now I know for next time to throw that up and then tell them they have the right to remain silent. Okay, moving on, Mr. Robinson. Okay, so basically, this is the pats down female suspect with back of the hand, remove all items and weapons from the person. So, as you know, when you're putting them, I want to say before you put them in handcuffs, you would do the pat down, put them in handcuffs. But before you put them in handcuffs, read the Miranda rights, then cuff them. But you can protocol do it like a one quick motion. So, you would do the pats down, roll the macro, say the macro, and handcuff them at the same time. So basically, action, macro, action. Okay. So that's how that goes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because we got to pat them down. Same thing as the male. Okay. I'm a little long-winded. I'm so sorry.
Now you're fine. Better to explain it clearly.
And this one it's the same thing. Pats down suspect and remove all items and weapons. This could go for the male suspect as well. The female, we just have to put it in there because of the gender. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is basically you're being arrested for. Okay. So when you read them their rights, and you do your pat down, put them in handcuffs. You also want to let them know what they're being arrested for. If they're being arrested for 1.7 and 3.2, you will put you are being arrested for. You will put state and then state the charges 1.7, 3.2 in white chat so everybody knows why they're being arrested as well. Because you're gonna actually put violations on them too. But we would like to see that as well. That's something that we have to do. We have to follow protocol. So when you put that in there, macro action. So put in what they're being like a 1 point, I believe a 1.11, I believe so. 3.2 is basically disobeying a police officer. You ask them to do something, they didn't do it, and then they got hostile. You throw your macros, boom. That's why they're being arrested. One of the reasons why they're being arrested, they disobeyed a police officer order. Okay, even in IRL, if you disrespect, they throwing you to the ground and you gonna arrest. So there you go.
Gotcha.
Active right along. Okay, I'm gonna break that down a little bit. You are unbadged. Okay, so when you go on an active ride along, and I believe who's standing behind me, Franco is to my right hand side, and San is behind me. So these two officers, when you go on an active ride along, you are not to get out of the vehicle because you're unbadged. You are to stay in the vehicle and throw up your macros.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you get out, that's a big no. Don't get out. Okay. Yes, you may get shot. Yes, you may get probably tased, but long as you know that you were in the vehicle when you got tased out the vehicle, you're okay. Okay. Once you get a badge, then you'll be able to interact, but they still prefer you not to come out of the vehicle. I think it's the safest way, and you can actually watch how actual arrest goes down with these lovely officers behind me as well. Okay, so you would throw that macro up. Let's just say, "Hey, Trill, let's go on a ride along." Okay, cool. This is what you would put in active ride along, and also following behind that macro, you're gonna put confirms body cam is on as well. Okay, like
Okay,
Isabella said, you always got to be recording, even when you leave PD.
copy that.
Oh, you good, Franco? Go ahead. Not a problem. And
Actually,
then
it
you be
sounds good
ready
to
for the
me.
scene. I'm gonna tell you that. Okay, you good, Franco. Thank you for explaining that further. What about it? Confirms body cam on. When you go on mission patrol, contraband search, if you're doing the wanted list, you will want to have, even when you're doing the active ride along, always have body cam on. Because you know you got a lot of people that will role play properly, but will not role play properly, and they will also try to submit like green tickets and be like, "Oh, this officer arrested me illegally." No, you got body cam. Post your body cam as well, so that way it's proof, it's backup evidence. Okay, screenshots they don't really tell a story. Body cam does. It's evidence.
Copy that.
All right, scene clear. So let's just say, for example, you pulled over Big Ace right there in the corner sitting next to Franco, and he came back clean. Okay. Long story short, the dispatcher would say, okay, he's clean. You would do the citation, and he would do slash do sign. And once he get in your vehicle, you say, listen, once you get in your vehicle, I'll do two honks, and he pulls off just before you leave the scene. That's the macro you're gonna throw. Clear scene. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Wheel. Code 3, lights and sirens. If let's just say, for example, matter of fact, it was just in chat where it was like backup needed. Um, one of our officers got shot, but let's just say you're leaving PD and Franco says, "Hey, I need you. I need backup needed." Okay, you will put active ride along, confirms body cam is on, and then you would do code 3, lights and sirens. Throw those lights and sirens on and get to the scene as fast as you can. Okay, that's what that means, to let everybody know that there's an active, maybe shooter, active ride along going on, and you're headed to the scene for assistance. Backup is needed. Okay.
All right.
This is a great one. So let's just say, for example, I asked the question is who is let's see, I think saying through the chat, like radio check. Okay. When they ask you for radio check, this is what macro you would throw 10 for a copy, just to let them know that you acknowledge what they're putting in chat and you copy to there. Okay.
Okay,
Even if
copy
they
that one.
say arrived out, yeah, even if they say like arrived on scene, at what's the location? Okay, PDG, copy that. That's how you would say that. I prefer to speak, but it's okay. I do throw up my macro.
Gotcha.
All right, currently busy. Okay, for example, I have a couple cars. I know these lovely gentlemen back here have a ton of cars. Okay. Currently busy basically means you will be back to the station, but maybe let's say you got to go and check on your business. If you have a place in the area, like for example, if you have a home in Santa Monica, Hollywood Hills, you put currently busy and just handle your business and come on back. Okay. I don't know
Okay.
PD that you're
Gotcha.
currently busy. Um, Now, if let's just say backup is needed, you can still go on. You're currently busy, but if you want to definitely come in and help, you just say en route PD or just say, hey, well, 1020, what's your location? And you can head to the location to assist with the backup as well, okay? But currently busy makes it like a little break for you. You go on your business run, handle some business, and come on back.
Copy that one. I do have a question for you. Say if I am currently busy in personal car, would I still be able to show up with that, or would I have to come back here to get a police vehicle?
You would have to come back here to get a police vehicle. You cannot ride in your personal vehicle on a ride along or active scene. Um, it's just one of our RPD rules that we have to follow. We have to use the personal vehicles, our vehicles here. So use the police vehicles. Drive right on back. Park your personal vehicle. Spawn you a police vehicle and get to the scene as fast as you can. Okay.
Okay, copy that one.
That's a good one, Franco. Thank you for that. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Also, I think Franco, you can't see it when you go into a business run either. It doesn't come up. So just realize that it doesn't come up.
Okay, gotcha.
Perfect. Thank you, Franco. Out of service is the easy one. You are clocked out for the day. Okay. So that means basically you will put this out of service and then you will go through the three little lines, hit return to main menu, and log out of this server. Okay. Because if you're on the main screen, like that front part where it says, have y'all stuff that you can buy, technically we can see that you're still online. Okay. So when you go out of service, go out of service. That means you are clocked out for the day. You know how we punch out and get paid every 2 weeks? That's what we do. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
In service means that you're clocked in for the day. You're ready for your duties as assigned. So basically, your contraband and your mission patrols as well. Just letting everybody know in your PD family that you're in service and you're ready to work. Okay.
All right.
Fight in progress. And as you can see, if a fight breaks out, it's in progress. If you see it and you're in your police vehicle, you can take action. But cannot shoot in any green zones or neutral zone. Um, they can commit a crime. If you catch it, you walk them through, basically walk yourself through a trying to pull them over or stop them and do an ID check. You can do that. Red zone, of course, that's murder, kills, kill, kill. So, I would think, like I said, if they're firing at you, you throw your macros and you perform your action. Okay. Always keep body cam on. Green zone.